Check 1, 2.
Come across up the stage, just big hands, the person who's introducing you. Then you'll come across, your partner will be right here. They'll stop, hold the actual cover. Good afternoon. Welcome everyone to the Edward P. Fitz Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering Fall 2024 graduation ceremony. Today we will recognize those students completing their graduate and bachelor's degrees in industrial engineering, as well as those receiving graduate degrees in two closely aligned programs, operations research and engineering management. We're excited to be here and celebrate with our students as they complete this milestone. So let's get things started. Please stand, everyone. Now let's recognize the graduates for this fall 2024. Okay, now you can sit down. Okay. I'm Russell King. I'm the professor and director of graduate programs for the department, and I'll be serving as the master of ceremonies for today's commencement exercises. As faculty, we take great pleasure as we watch our fall graduates begin the next phase of their lives, as well as get a chance to wear these fancy robes and hats and things that cost a little bit too much. But anyway, it's exciting and rewarding to see each of them complete this phase of their lives. The department, faculty and staff, ambassadors and volunteers hope this ceremony will be memorable for you, and we want to be sure to give each graduate their time to be honored. The event is live streamed and will be available for you to review later at a later date. Before moving on in the program, I'd like to take a minute to recognize Richard Dick Bernhard, an emeritus faculty of the ISE department who passed away at age 90 on October 10th. Dick joined the faculty in 1969, and he taught engineering economics, financial engineering, decision theory, and quantitative modeling. He'd also had the opportunity to serve as visiting professor in Norway, Brazil, Armenia, and New Zealand. Beyond his many and impactful contributions to the department, Dick was a passionate philanthropist supporting a number of causes, especially the NC State libraries. He'll be missed. And now just a little bit about how this will play out today. Dr. Julie Swan, our department head, will have some opening remarks and introduce faculty and staff, and the commencement speaker, Professor Ben Roshanak, and then we'll recognize each of our newest graduates. So join me in welcoming the A. Doug Allison Distinguished Professor and ISE Department Head, Dr. Julie Swan.
Thank you, Dr. King. On behalf of the Edward P. Fitz Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering at North Carolina State University, I welcome you to the Fall 2024 graduation hosted by the ISE department. This is a wonderful day where all of our graduates and their families are proud. The faculty and staff of ISE share in your pride. It is a season of thanks, hope, and joy, and I'm sure our graduates are both thankful and joyous today. Anyone? Yes, yeah, there we go. And we also have many people listening in addition to those in the room, so I'd like to begin with a short overview of the department. Now, how many of you know what industrial and systems engineering is? Ooh, we should have done better, graduates. Let's try that again. How many of you know what industrial and systems engineering is? Ooh, a little better. Come on, family. And family, you need to do better too. You have some education to do. And I know not everybody here is getting an ISE degree. Industrial. We make industry better. Not just industry, but also government and society. We make it more efficient, effective, and equitable. We design and incorporate technology and think about decisions. It can be for systems of many different types, including manufacturing, supply chains, healthcare, transportations, knowledge, energy, humans, and more. We in ISE are fortunate to have expertise that is both deep and broad, representing areas such as advanced manufacturing, health systems engineering, human systems engineering, supply chain and logistics, energy and sustainability, and system analytics and optimization. We are one of the oldest and largest academic departments of industrial and systems engineering in the United States, celebrating 90 years of excellence with the first 2 bachelor's degrees in IE awarded in 1933. So we're making plans for 2033, so be ready to come back. Our graduate program was also established in 1948 and our doctoral program in 1967. We currently have over 360 undergraduate students, approximately 350 master's and PhD students, and more than 8,000 alumni around the world. We are a full-service ISE department, covering areas such as advanced manufacturing, health systems, human systems, supply chain and logistics and sustainability, and system analytics and optimization. Our faculty are at the cutting edge of areas throughout those topics. In 2020, we moved into a new building on Centennial that is NC State's first built as a public-private partnership. The building is now proudly known as the Fitz Woolard Hall in honor of 2 ISE alumni, Ed Fitz and Ed Woolard, and their extraordinary contributions. We also allow the dean to have his office in the hall named for 2 ISE alumni. ISE has 3 affiliated centers: the Ergonomics Center at NC State, directed by Julia Abate; the Center for Additive Manufacturing and Logistics, or CAML, directed by Ola Harrison; and the newest one, the Bezos Center for Sustainable Protein, co-directed by Rohan Shearwaker and Bill Amutis. And that is one that crosses across the university. We also have many faculty who participate in affiliated programs, including operations research that sits across the colleges of engineering, science, and management, and the Integrated Manufacturing Systems Engineering Institute that's in the College of Engineering. And our ISE faculty provide leadership for the Masters of Engineering Management, which is a joint degree with the Poole College of Management. So welcome the leaders of all of those programs to our ceremony hosted by ISE. I would like to quickly introduce the ISE faculty and staff who are with us today and our colleagues from affiliated groups. Even virtually, there are a number of others joining, and they have been an important part of your career pathway. So the program that you have lists all of our faculty, including our emeritus retired faculty. I'll just point out some of our current faculty who are here today. Faculty, if you would please rise so you can be seen by everyone. Shebna Mahishka King, Corey Kiasat, Rohan Shearwaker, Michael Kay, Julie Ivy, Karen Chin, Noor Azalton, Sarah Shashani, Brandon McConnell, Maria Mayorga, Ben Rashanok, and Rusty King. Thank you, ISE faculty. Perhaps even more important is to point out that this event wouldn't happen without the ISE staff to lead all of it. And I will name the ones who I believe are here today. As ISE staff, please stand up so that we can see you. Lata Dombro, Jirai Fall, Justin Lancaster, Robert Lassen, Emily Lewis, Jasmine Petway, Christina Pucci, Danita Taylor, Kayleen Thomas, Wanda Urbanska, Kendall Walker, Karen Welton, Joshua Wiseman, and Linda Smith from OR, and Becca from Communications. Thank you, ISE staff. I have to get back to my list to make sure I don't leave anything off. Next, I will mention some noteworthy events of the past year and some of the professional achievements of our faculty, students, and alumni. Our undergraduate seniors put a world of cool engineering projects on display at Engineering Design Day this semester. With us today are winners Team 5B, Kyle Jackson, Michelle Pajak, and Nime Kapadia, and second place winners Team Triangle Brick, Morgan Ribisel, Jamie Cassidy, and Jacob Batchelor. Way to go. And if you haven't come in the past, please join us for Design Day. It's great. You get to see lots of exciting projects. Some faculty highlights: Jordan Kern and Sarah Shashani received the Goodnight Early Career Innovator Award across the university. Ben Rashenok received the ISE 2024 C.A. Anderson Award, voted on upon the graduating students. Canton Reynolds was selected to participate in the 2024 Fulbright Hayes Seminars Abroad program in Columbia, and Rohan Shearwaker was inducted as an IISE Fellow. Please join me in congratulating them. Some alumni highlights. Devon Person was recognized by the Greater Winston-Salem, Inc. and the Winston Under 40 Young Professionals Program as a 2024 Winston Under 40 Leadership Award recipient. Tracy Dokes received the Distinguished Engineering Alumni Award from the College of Engineering. Patrick Murray earned the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for volunteering over 4,000 hours at NC State. And perhaps most notable of all, Abby Lampy won her second cheese rolling competition near Gloucester, England. So congratulations to all of them. I'm sure Abby is using those engineering skills as she tumbles down the hill with the cheese. I want to tell you that this is not possible without your support. You, the students, have contributed across the board in these initiatives. You, the parents, family, and friends, have supported your loved ones. Our donors and sponsors have helped us lay the foundation for the engineering leaders of tomorrow, and our faculty and staff have as well. In truth, we cannot do it without you. I've told you a little bit about the past and status quo at NC State. Let me also remark on the future. The department has developed graduate certificates, including ones related to engineering management and data science to meet the needs of industry, and begun new classes related to artificial intelligence. We are planning for the increase in engineering that the legislature has announced, a 40% increase in students, and we've already begun to grow both our undergraduate and graduate population. We are also anticipating the continued growth of engineering management, which enables graduates to pair excellent technical knowledge with savvy business instincts. Maybe even some of our bachelor's graduates today might want to think about that degree in the future. We are increasing student participation in study abroad, which can open new horizons in a participant's life, and we have ongoing engagement with alumni, including a mentoring program. So students, while there may be some of you who would like to forget us for a short while, now that you're graduating, don't let it be too long. We want you to continue to be involved as an alumnus of ISE, OR, MC, MEM, and of NC State. In time, you will see we are not just an institution or a department, but we truly are a pack, greater than we would be on our own, greater for your involvement and engagement with us. So today we are celebrating with you, but we are not saying goodbye because we know you are still with us. You are part of the Wolf Pack and you are in our hearts and minds. We look forward to the time when you rejoin us in our building, a future sporting event, or an alumni celebration. Finally, it is my great pleasure to introduce you to our graduation speaker. The ISE department has a history where the students vote for the faculty member who's inspired them the most. This faculty member is the recipient of the C.A. Anderson Faculty Award, and with this comes the honor of being the speaker at our graduation ceremony. This year, Dr. Ben Rashenok was chosen by the students. Originally from Wilmington, North Carolina, Ben Rashenok is an assistant professor in the Edward P. Fitz Department of ISE at NC State. Broadly, he works in risk and decision analysis with applications in sustainability and climate change adaptation. More specifically, his research uses methods from simulation and data science to understand how communities respond to natural hazards and climate change. Much of his recent work quantifies the disproportionate impact of climate change and extreme events on low-income or historically disadvantaged communities. Now, Ben is one of our graduates from a few years ago and went off and did some good things at Purdue and Stanford before coming back. Before rejoining, he made several contributions utilizing data science to study critical infrastructure, quantifying the disproportionate impacts of drought on low-income households in California, and developing data science tools that utilize real-time social media data to quantify how communities are impacted by climate change and natural hazards. Clearly, that's important here in North Carolina with our hurricanes and other kinds of events. His work has been featured by TechCrunch, Gizmodo, Yahoo Finance, the Huffington Post, and the UN Office of Disaster Risk Reduction. He was formerly a postdoctoral researcher in the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department at Stanford and an R&D intern at the Center for Computing Research at Sandia National Labs. His formal education began with a BS here. He received his MS and PhD in industrial engineering from Purdue and completed the postdoctorate at Stanford. It is truly my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Ben Rashenok.
Julie gave all of those details and said nothing of my public speaking acumen, so be excited. To the graduating class of the fall of 2024, I am thrilled and honored to be speaking with you today. For most of you, thankfully, I'll be the last professor you ever have to meaningfully listen to. Instead today of assigning you another problem set, I am going to embody a role as the narrator of a book. This current book is in its final chapter, and today is the final scene, where all the plots converge, and the characters, the students, the faculty, the staff, the friends, and the family all converge to save the princess, win the game, solve the mystery, somehow or another resolve the plot and fulfill their destiny. For many of you, this book might feel like an anxious cliffhanger. What comes next? Where does this story go? But here's the thing about cliffhangers, they work. And they work because they remind us between the difference of now and what's to come. Right now, you stand at a point in this story that is worth experiencing fully. Before you rush to the next chapter, pause and look around. These final pages aren't just about setting up the future, they're about anchoring yourself in the present. This moment, as fleeting as it is, carries the weight of everything you've achieved and is the foundation of everything yet to come. Living fully, here, in this moment, is what gives depth and meaning to the next. A cliffhanger is dramatic because it reminds us of all the possibilities that lie ahead. So let's talk about the current chapter, because this chapter isn't finished without acknowledging the incredible journey that's brought us here. Your achievements are what make this chapter worth remembering. If I'm going to belabor the book metaphor, you all have been living a life with plot twists. A global pandemic redefined what it meant to learn and connect with each other, yet you rose to the challenge, mastering the art of remote learning, facing mental health challenges with resilience, and finding community in entirely new ways. You've traveled all over the US and the world doing internships, co-ops, and study abroads. You've represented our university and created outstanding senior design presentations. You've served as leaders and ambassadors for the next generation of students and for all those around you. And all of you have won the perpetual battle with the Wi-Fi networks known as EduRoam and NCSU Guest. Here at NC State, you've been a part of moments that will be remembered for years to come. You joined the university, as Dr. Swan mentioned, in one of the most competitive and diverse admissions classes in its history. You watched the men's and women's basketball teams do what no one could have imagined. And maybe these don't seem like plot twists to you, where you are inhabitants of a world where unexpected plot twists have become the norm. Jake Paul has now become a boxer, and the biggest symbol of the NFL is Taylor Swift. Bill Belichick's going to live in Chapel Hill. All of these things feel unpredictable, yet you remain steadfast, turning uncertainty into opportunity and writing a story of success that is uniquely yours. In 20 to 25 minutes, Dr. King will tell you to move your tassels across your mortarboard, and this will truly signal the end of this chapter and a movement on to the next. For all of you, this will be a big change. Your life will become tracked by larger milestones, a promotion, buying a home, getting married, having children, and maybe for some of you, getting off your parents' cell phone plans. Life beyond college isn't structured by semesters, tests, or syllabi, and it's here that we have to leave behind the book metaphor as we know it. I will no longer be the narrator, and you will no longer be the main character. You will enter the world, an open world adventure, as the author, where the story unfolds in front of you, piece by piece, moment by moment. If I have anything close to a personal philosophy or meaningful advice to give to you today, it's that when you move in this new rhythm of life, fulfillment doesn't come from waiting for the next big thing. It comes from fully inhabiting the present. I have 2 calls to action for you today. The first is to let go of perfection and carry grace. As you step into this new chapter, there's a quiet but profound truth worth holding on to. Where you are right now is enough. There's no need to chase a future, better version of yourself to feel whole, for it's easy to imagine that happiness or fulfillment will arrive at the next achievement or the next milestone. But the present moment, imperfect as it may seem, holds everything you need if you learn to recognize it. This isn't to say you won't grow or evolve. You will, and you should. But the true growth starts with grace. Grace for yourself and grace for those around you. Perfection is a tempting illusion, but clinging to it only creates distance. Distance from joy, distance from connection, and distance from the understanding that being human means being beautifully incomplete. Grace allows us to look at ourselves and with others with kindness rather than judgment. It reminds us that good manners aren't about never spilling on the tablecloth. They're about pretending not to notice when someone else does. Grace is about creating spaces where mistakes are met with patience, not critique, and where flaws are met with warmth, not sharpness. Grace is the quiet act of treating people as they could be and being proud as they rise to meet that image. To paraphrase Danusia Lamaris, the true dwelling of the holy is made together when we say, "Here, have my seat, go ahead, you first," or "Hey, I like your hats." Once you feel comfortable with the present, only then can we think about moving forward. My second call to action to you is to be curious. We need to be curious. Not every story needs to be outlined in advance. In fact, some of the most remarkable chapters will be the ones that unfold unexpectedly, guided by curiosity rather than certainty. It's tempting to seek clear answers and defined paths, but life will rarely present them to you. Instead, it will offer questions, open-ended, messy, and full of possibility. Curiosity is what allows us to move forward even when the plot feels unclear. It invites us to see the unknown not as something to fear, but as a landscape to explore. It asks us to remain open to new ideas, new challenges, and new versions of ourselves. In the moments when the story takes an unexpected turn, curiosity is what helps us ask, what could this mean, or what might come next? But curiosity is not only about seeking, it too is about presence. To be curious is to pay attention, to notice the details of the world around you, to ask questions not just of others, but of yourself. What excites you? What feels unfamiliar? What might you discover if you linger right here just a little bit longer? This openness extends beyond the self. Some of the richest moments in life come from engaging deeply with others, from being genuinely curious about their stories. Ask questions that go beyond the surface. Listen, not just to respond, but to understand. Write a thank you note to someone who influenced you. Offer your seat to someone on the bus. You'll find that these connections and these exchanges add layers and depth to your story in ways you can't predict. Curiosity doesn't demand that you have all the answers. It simply asks that you keep turning the page, even when the narrative feels uncertain. In doing so, you open yourself to surprises, the kind that make the best stories and the kind that make life worth living. Together, curiosity and grace transform the march forward into something more profound. They shift your focus from chasing distant milestones to embracing the richness of the present. Fulfillment doesn't come from perfect plans or unbroken paths. It comes from the way you engage with the world as it is, messy, uncertain, and deeply beautiful. When you live with curiosity, you invite wonder into the everyday. When you carry grace, you offer kindness to yourself and others. And to use the largest graduation cliche in history, when these two walk beside you, the journey becomes its own reward, woven with meaning, brightened by connection, and full of joy in the moments you might have otherwise overlooked. I want to close by saying I'm proud of you, but that's not completely accurate. Pride connotes possession, and while I can take credit for your knowledge of a very small bit of industrial engineering, I cannot take any credit for who you are. The pride I feel is something deeper. It is rooted in gratitude. Witnessing your growth and development has been a privilege and a gift that I will carry with me long after today. And I also feel pride in a sense of admiration, a deep respect for the people you have become. I feel a deep respect for the journey each of you have undertaken to get here, as each of you have faced unique challenges, navigated moments of uncertainty, but ultimately have brought something irreplaceable to this community. Your resilience, curiosity, and kindness have left an indelible mark on this department, this university, and on me. So perhaps it isn't pride in the traditional sense that I feel, but a profound appreciation for the opportunity to have been a part of your story, however briefly. And it's a quiet confidence is that as you leave this chapter behind, the world will be better for having you in it. Congratulations.
Thanks, Ben. Some of you may wonder why faculty have different colored robes that's associated with the university that you graduated from. And I think Go Gators is looking best to me right now. Okay, so now we're going to recognize each of the graduates for the various degree programs, and we're going to do them in the order that's in your program. So the students have asked that we try to keep this brief so you can spend more time with their families. So please note that each student was given a chance to personalize a slide that'll be visible up here in the corners as they're called. Be prepared. Okay? Also, you're welcome to come down the aisle to take pictures of your graduate. All we ask is that you be considerate of others and our photographers to make sure that they've got space. But come on down and yell at us if you need more time. At the end of the ceremony, we'll also have an opportunity for you to take pictures over here at the banner or just around the room if you want with faculty. Okay, so we're going to start with the students receiving the PhD in industrial engineering. The title of their dissertation research is provided in the program. As each of these students is called, we'll have the student's faculty advisor or their representative place the doctoral hood on the student as they come across the stage. Okay, now something I like to do is to recognize kind of where all the graduates came from. So I've used some resources I had to find out where everyone was born, and if I couldn't find it, I just made it up. So here we go. From the 7,000-year-old gateway to Europe, Miran, Iran, Nasrin Al-Zideh. From Banana City and the birthplace of Akar Shaikh, Jalgaon, India, Pranav Jain. From the teardrop of India, Bataramula, Sri Lanka, Gimantha Pereira. I like the shoes, they match very well. ahead, get in there. Go ahead. From the city of Honey, Kansar, Iran, Amir Sadeghi. Okay. Mike, you want to go get a picture? From where Pobanda did his good deeds, Pabna, Bangladesh, Tavila Sharman. Okay, we'll now move on to the master's degrees in industrial engineering. We have two of them. We have the Master of Science and then the Master of. So we'll start with the Master of Science. From the Queen City, where the original Declaration of Independence was signed, Charlotte, North Carolina, Corbin Marie Goodwin. From where George Washington actually slept at his home in Mount Vernon, Fairfax, Virginia, Eric Olunik. And now we'll move on to the Master of Industrial Engineering candidates. So from where the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was established and the cultural capital, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Suleiman Arjoboa. From the City of Colors, Rangpur, Bangladesh, Muhammad Ashfakur Arfan. From Gate City and the home of the Harvey West Music Store, from Greensboro, North Carolina, Jessica Bryant. From Forks of Tar, the original Washington, Little Washington, North Carolina, Tabitha Gardner. From the People's Republic of Boulder, Boulder, Colorado, Aaron Habercorn. From the city of Rickshaws, Dhaka, Bangladesh, Mahmood Khan. I'll point out that several of these students getting the master's degrees are actually PhD students, and this is an en route master's. So hopefully we'll see him again very shortly. From the city of Pearls, Hyderabad, India, Paveen Kumar Nukavarapul. From the banks of the Kangsabati River, Midnapur, India, Vishwarup Sahu. From down by the banks of the River Charles, Beantown, Boston, Massachusetts, Adam Telly. From the province of the Three Gorges Dams, Hubei, China, Yuan Tian. From where cricket is played at Shahid Chandu Stadium, Bagura, Bangladesh, Mahmood Shovan Saeed. Okay, next we're going to recognize the students receiving their PhD in operations research, and so we're going to be assisted in this process by Dr. Maria Mayorga, who directs that program. Maria?
Thank you, Dr. King. And to the audience, the Operations Research Program is an interdisciplinary program where the students may be advised by faculty from across all departments, and you will see that reflected today. Some of the co-advisors are in different departments. So let's get started. So first, I'm very happy to welcome Herbert Lee Jones to the stage. All right, and next, Eric Rosenstrom. Okay, and now we're moving on to the Masters of Science in Operations Research, Josiah Davalos. and Natalie Root. Okay, and then the Masters of Operations Research. And I think all of the students today are continuing on with a PhD either in industrial engineering or operations research, so we will continue to see them. They can't get away from us just yet. So Vasuki Garg. Benham Jabari Marand. Diesta Maftufa. And last but not least, Laura Mora.
So now we're going to move on to the Master of Engineering Management program, and the director of that program, Dr. Brandon McConnell, will MC this. Brandon?
The Master of Engineering Management is a degree that allows someone to continue developing their technical depth as engineers while also gaining business and managerial experience and education to prepare themselves to lead. And we are very pleased to welcome the following. Khalaf Al-Anazi. Yashpal Anapareddy. Rahul Bankuri. Shrestha Goparaju. Andy Guo. Prabhakar Manikyam. Venetia Maramraju. Nadavan Nadir. Pranav Nair. Sanchit Razdan. Shreya Santosh Shinde. Akanksha Shukla.
Okay, it's time to move on to the final degree, the Bachelor of Industrial Engineering. Start off from New Barbados in the home of the Lenni Lenape Indians, Hackensack, New Jersey, Mohammed Ushan. From Hollywood East and the site of the Revolutionary Battle of Moores Creek Bridge, Wilmington, North Carolina, Jacob Batchelor. Sorry. From Crio City and where diamonds are cut, Caguas, Puerto Rico, Sebastian Barrios. From Bogues Bank and the site of the pirate attacks of 1747, Emerald Isle, North Carolina, Fergus Burns. All right, now get ready for this one. Where William Goings of the Goings game had his ear cropped by vigilantes because he apparently had no use of them. He wouldn't leave. Walnut Hill, Illinois, Jamie Cassidy. Where Charles Lindbergh learned to fly, the Hartford of the West, Lincoln, Nebraska, Cadence Color. where the Wright brothers got high. Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, James Gillis. Where Elliot Yaman first sang Wait for You, Henrico, Virginia, Sharon Gilman. From the site of the 1876 War on the Sugar Creek, and where there's a lot to be got, Charlotte, North Carolina, Elizabeth Lulu Holtz. Founded in the year 762, the city of peace, Baghdad, Iraq, Misk Hussein. From the home of the original Black Wall Street, the Bull City, Durham, North Carolina, Kyle Jackson. From the home of the Rewati Palace, Mini Mumbai, Indore, India, Nimei Kapadia. From the containment area for relocated Yankees, Cary, North Carolina, Isaac King. From the mule capital of the world, Creedmoor, North Carolina, Caben Meter. From the land of the magnificent Menjon Falls, Baminta, Cameroon, Herman Nade. From the Paris of the Prairie, Chicago, Illinois, Michelle Patrick. From the Gateway to Percy, Sellersville, Pennsylvania, Gregory Piscali. an escapee from the southern part of heaven, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Morgan Ribisall. From the side of the serving of the first Big Mac, Steel City, USA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Jean-Luc Thaird. And finally, from the side of the Battle of Fort Duquesne, DeBurgh, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Elias Ward.
Save the best for last.
Okay, now while the last of the graduates sort of make their way around, I think all the graduates would like to recognize their families, friends, others for the support they've given. So will all the mothers, the fathers, the grandparents, the sisters, the brothers, the wives, the husbands, the children, the aunts, the uncles, the nieces, nephews, friends, and anyone else I left out, please stand to be recognized by our graduates. Please sit down. All right, we have one last piece to the ceremony. So will the students receiving their Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering please stand? Okay, graduates, you can now move your tassels from the right side to the left side, which signifies the confirming of your newfound graduate status. Will the other graduates please stand? And you guys stay up too. Let's have one last round of applause for all of our graduates today. Okay, thank you all, class of 2024. We hope you enjoyed the opportunity here one last time with your classmates. We hope you'll continue to stay in touch with us and keep us informed of your growing careers and how you can conquer new challenges. We do really want to hear from you, seriously. That concludes our ceremony. Be considerate of others who are going to use the facility after this, so will you please make sure you don't forget your belongings, pick up your trash and so forth. And as you return to your homes throughout the holiday season, be safe, have good travels. You're all invited to go to the back of the room where we'll have some refreshments. And there's also, as I mentioned, opportunities for pictures up front. We're done.